Have you ever woken up and wondered why you still feel tired, even after what seemed like a full night of sleep? Have you ever pushed through daytime sleepiness, brushed off a morning headache, or laughed when someone told you that you snored loudly the night before? A patient of mine once shared something that stayed with me for years. He said, "Dr. Carter, I didn't think anything was wrong. I just thought I was getting older." He was active, ate relatively well, and had normal cholesterol. But he couldn't shake the feeling that his energy was slipping away. What we eventually discovered was something he never suspected. I want you to imagine this. You're lying peacefully at night, unaware that your breathing is stopping for seconds at a time. Each pause quietly robs your heart of the oxygen it needs. And while you sleep, your heart is fighting a battle you never see. Sleep apnea sounds simple, but it is far more dangerous than most people realize, especially for seniors. These nighttime breathing pauses force the heart to work harder, pushing it into stress mode over and over again. Seniors are especially vulnerable because the airway muscles weaken with age, weight shifts affect the throat, medications relax the airway too much, and the natural structure of sleep changes. What seems like just aging is often the body struggling through oxygen drops and stress surges all night long. I remember the look on my patient's face when he learned that his nighttime breathing had been straining his heart for years. He wasn't alone. Many older adults walk around believing their fatigue, headaches, or irregular heartbeat are harmless, when in reality, sleep apnea is one of the most overlooked contributors to heart failure and cardiovascular decline after 60. Here's the simple science. Every time breathing stops, oxygen falls, adrenaline spikes, blood pressure surges, and inflammation rises. This cycle repeats hundreds of times a night. In the next part, we'll explore the early warning signs, the hidden dangers, and the powerful steps seniors can take to protect their heart. And if you want more guidance like this, I invite you to subscribe to Senior Health Daily so we can continue this journey together. When we think about sleep, most of us imagine rest, calm, and recovery. But for so many seniors, sleep has quietly become the most stressful part of their entire day. And the surprising truth is that you may not even feel it happening. That's why I want to begin this next part by helping you truly understand what sleep apnea is, not in medical terms, but in a way that connects to the reality of your nightly experience. Sleep apnea is, at its core, a breathing problem that happens when the soft tissues in the back of your throat relax just a little too much. Instead of staying open like they're supposed to, the airway narrows or collapses for a few seconds. Those few seconds might not sound alarming, but imagine your heart waiting for oxygen that suddenly stops arriving. Imagine your brain sending urgent signals to your body, forcing you to gasp, jerk awake for a split second, then drop right back into sleep without remembering what happened. These moments can repeat hundreds of times each night. Every time breathing pauses, your oxygen level drops. Your heart senses the danger and instantly shifts into emergency mode. Your blood pressure spikes. Your heart rate jumps. Stress hormones flood your system. What should be a peaceful night becomes a silent battlefield where your heart is working harder than it does during the day. Instead of resting, it is being pushed to its limits again and again. This is why sleep apnea and heart stress are so deeply connected. Healthy sleep cycles are meant to guide the body into deeper stages of rest, where the heart rate lowers and the cardiovascular system repairs itself. But sleep apnea interrupts these cycles. Instead of drifting into restorative sleep, the body stays stuck in a shallow, restless rhythm. The brain remains on alert, waiting for the next drop in oxygen. Seniors often tell me they sleep 7 or 8 hours, yet wake up feeling drained. That exhaustion is not from age. It's from a night of hidden heart strain. Now, let's talk about the early warning signs that so many seniors overlook. Constant fatigue is the first and most common. When your heart spends the entire night working overtime, your body simply cannot feel refreshed in the morning. You wake up already tired because your heart never had a chance to rest. Unpredictable blood pressure is another sign. Many seniors are confused when their blood pressure looks normal one day and high the next. They assume it's stress, salt, or just randomness. But when oxygen drops at night, the body responds by tightening blood vessels and releasing adrenaline. These surges make your blood pressure bounce up and down unpredictably. Morning headaches are another clue. When breathing pauses, carbon dioxide builds up. That buildup can cause pressure in the head, making mornings more uncomfortable. Seniors may blame dehydration or age, but the real cause could be nighttime oxygen drops. Irregular heartbeat is also common. When the heart is repeatedly jolted out of its natural rhythm every night, those tiny disruptions can lead to fluttering sensations or skipped beats during the day. Some seniors describe it as their heart jumping, flipping, or pulsing strangely. These sensations should never be ignored. Waking up, gasping, or choking is one of the more dramatic signs, but not everyone remembers it. Sometimes you wake just enough to breathe, then fall back asleep without recalling the moment. Loud snoring is another sign, especially the kind that includes pauses, snorts, or sudden deep breaths. Dry mouth, restless sleep, and daytime irritability all connect to the same root cause: low oxygen and stressed heart function throughout the night. And yet, many older adults assume these changes are simply part of growing older. They chalk it up to age rather than recognizing that something deeper is happening inside the body. This brings us to a bigger truth. Sleep apnea becomes far more dangerous after age 60, and there are real reasons why. As we grow older, the muscles around the airway lose some of their natural tone. This makes the throat more likely to collapse during sleep. Seniors also tend to take more medications, such as pain relievers or sleep aids, which relax the muscles even further. These medications can make apnea episodes longer and more severe. Abdominal fat or even slight weight gain puts pressure on the diaphragm, making breathing more difficult when lying down. Many seniors don't realize that even modest weight around the midsection changes how deeply they can breathe at night. Chronic stress and loneliness also worsen inflammation, which makes nighttime breathing problems even more harmful. Stress hormones tighten airways and raise nighttime blood pressure. For seniors who live alone or carry unspoken worries, sleep apnea often worsens without anyone noticing. I remember one patient in particular, a kind gentleman in his 70s. He always brushed off his fatigue and occasional palpitations, saying, "I'm fine, just slowing down a bit." But after months of irregular heartbeat episodes, we discovered severe untreated sleep apnea. His heart had been fighting through oxygen drops night after night. Once treated, his energy returned, his heartbeat stabilized, and he told me, "I had no idea sleep could do that to a heart." Sleep apnea is not just a breathing issue, it is a cardiovascular issue, and its effects reach farther than most people imagine. In the next part, we'll dive deeper into how sleep apnea damages the heart, the hidden dangers it creates, and the specific ways seniors can protect themselves starting today. As we continue, I want you to picture what your heart experiences during sleep apnea, because understanding this connection changes everything. Most people think of sleep apnea as just a snoring issue or an annoying nighttime habit. But inside the body, something far more serious is happening. Every time your breathing pauses, even for a brief moment, oxygen levels drop. To your heart, oxygen is its lifeline. Without it, the heart must immediately shift gears, pumping harder and faster to compensate. This sudden push places pressure on the arteries, forcing them to tighten. Over time, this tightening becomes more frequent, more intense, and more damaging. The body reacts to these oxygen drops the same way it would if you were in danger. Stress hormones surge, blood pressure spikes, the heart rate jumps. This fight-or-flight response is useful in real emergencies, but not when it is happening quietly in your sleep hundreds of times a night. Seniors often tell me they feel heavier in the chest when they wake up, or they feel worn down by noon. These feelings are not random. They are the echoes of the heart fighting through the night. The inflammation that results from sleep apnea adds another layer of harm. When oxygen levels fall and stress hormones rise repeatedly, inflammation builds throughout the bloodstream. This inflammation weakens the heart muscle, damages blood vessels, and increases the risk of clot formation. Seniors who experience years of untreated apnea often develop thicker, stiffer blood, which makes circulation harder and increases the likelihood of heart attack or stroke. What many seniors don't realize is that sleep apnea can also disrupt heart rhythms. When the heart struggles through sudden oxygen swings, the electrical signals that keep it beating steadily can become unstable. This increases the risk of atrial fibrillation, a condition where the heart beats irregularly and inefficiently. Many seniors describe it as fluttering, pounding, or skipping beats. They often blame caffeine, stress, or age, but the root cause may be buried in the hours when they're asleep. Untreated sleep apnea has also been shown to increase the risk of heart failure dramatically. Several studies have estimated this increase to be as high as 140%. That number is not meant to frighten you, but to give you a clear sense of the impact apnea can have on a senior heart. The truth is simple and powerful. Nighttime oxygen drops are a better predictor of long-term heart damage than many daytime tests. Now let's talk about some of the surprising habits that make sleep apnea worse. These are the things seniors often overlook, not because they don't care, but because they never knew they mattered in the first place. Sleeping on the back is one of the most common triggers. When you lie flat, gravity pulls the tongue and soft tissues toward the airway, making it easier for them to collapse. Many seniors notice they sleep better on their side without even realizing why. Alcohol in the evening relaxes the muscles of the throat too much. Even a single drink can make apnea episodes more frequent and more severe. Some seniors who enjoy a glass of wine after dinner are shocked to learn that this seemingly harmless habit may be affecting their nighttime breathing. Late-night eating is another issue. Heavy meals cause the stomach to push upward, making it harder for the diaphragm to move freely. Acid reflux also becomes more likely, and that irritation can worsen apnea. Seniors who eat earlier in the evening often notice their sleep improves right away. Poor sleep habits, like inconsistent bedtimes or watching screens late into the night, disrupt natural sleep cycles. Because apnea is already preventing deep sleep, these habits make it even harder for the brain and heart to find restful rhythms. Dehydration is something many older adults don't think about. When the body is low on fluids, the airway becomes drier and more prone to irritation. The mucus lining becomes thicker, making breathing more difficult at night. The air you breathe while sleeping matters more than people realize. Dust, mold, pet dander, or poor ventilation can irritate the throat and make apnea episodes more frequent. Even a small level of indoor pollution can change how easily you breathe at night. Weight around the neck or abdomen adds pressure that worsens airway collapse. This doesn't require obesity. Even mild weight gain with age affects breathing mechanics. Seniors who lose just a few pounds often report better sleep and less snoring. As you can see, sleep apnea is shaped by a combination of physical changes, habits, and invisible nightly stress. Understanding these factors helps seniors recognize that apnea is not their fault. It is not a failure or a weakness. It is a condition shaped by time, lifestyle, and simple biology, and it can be improved. Now let's shift to something equally important: how doctors detect sleep apnea. Many seniors hesitate to ask for tests because they think the process will be uncomfortable or complicated. But modern sleep evaluations are surprisingly simple and often done at home. A home sleep study uses a small device you wear overnight to track your oxygen levels, heart rate, breathing patterns, and pauses. It's painless, quiet, and gives doctors a detailed picture of what happens while you sleep. For those who prefer in-clinic studies, technicians monitor the same signals in a comfortable sleep room so nothing is missed. Pulse oximetry is another useful tool. This small clip placed on the finger measures drops in oxygen throughout the night. If your oxygen dips repeatedly, that alone can indicate a risk for cardiovascular stress. Heart monitoring during sleep is also common. Sometimes doctors notice arrhythmias that only appear at night, triggered by apnea episodes. Blood tests like CRP-HS can show inflammation linked to sleep apnea. Elevated CRP levels often signal heart strain even when cholesterol and blood pressure look normal. Echocardiograms, EKGs, and stress tests reveal how well the heart is functioning and whether it's been affected by years of nighttime oxygen drops. Asking for a sleep evaluation or a heart inflammation panel is not something to feel nervous about. These tests are powerful protective tools. The earlier you understand what's happening inside your body, the sooner you can take steps that strengthen your heart and improve your life. In the next part, we'll explore the practical steps seniors can take to protect their heart, improve their sleep, and reclaim the energy and clarity they deserve. And if you're finding this information helpful so far, this is a wonderful moment to subscribe to the Senior Health Daily channel. Your support helps us bring more life-changing guidance to our senior community. As we move forward, I want you to take a moment and imagine how empowering it feels when the truth about your body becomes clear. Once seniors understand sleep apnea, many finally feel a sense of control again. They realize they aren't just slowing down or getting old. Something real has been affecting their heart and energy for years, and now they have the knowledge to finally do something about it. Let's talk about what you can do to protect your heart and improve your sleep starting tonight. One of the most effective treatments for sleep apnea is CPAP therapy. I know the idea of wearing a mask can feel intimidating or uncomfortable at first, but what many seniors don't realize is how dramatically it can change their quality of life. I've seen patients go from waking up exhausted every morning to feeling genuinely refreshed for the first time in years. CPAP keeps the airway open, ensuring steady oxygen all night long. For those who cannot tolerate CPAP, there are other options like dental devices that gently reposition the jaw to keep the airway from collapsing. These tools may seem simple, but they can be life-changing. Something as effortless as changing your sleep position can also make a difference. Seniors who sleep on their side instead of their back often experience fewer apnea episodes because the airway stays more open. It doesn't require a special device or medication, only awareness and consistency. Your evening routine matters too. Meals should be lighter, especially for seniors with reflux or fullness that makes breathing harder at night. Avoiding alcohol before bed can dramatically reduce apnea severity. Alcohol relaxes the throat muscles too much, and many people don't realize their harmless evening drink is contributing to nighttime oxygen drops. Daily habits influence apnea as well. Walking for even 10 to 20 minutes a day helps improve lung capacity, strengthens the diaphragm, and stabilizes breathing patterns at night. I've had patients who couldn't walk very far at first, but once they committed to short daily walks, their energy improved and their apnea episodes lessened. Movement is medicine for the senior body. Managing weight gently and gradually can also ease apnea. This doesn't mean extreme dieting or intense exercise. Even a small reduction in abdominal or neck weight can relieve pressure on the airway. I always encourage seniors to focus on sustainable habits rather than fast results. The heart responds beautifully to slow, steady improvements. Simple hydration plays a bigger role than many realize. When the throat is well hydrated, tissues remain softer and less irritated. Seniors who forget to drink water during the day often face nighttime dryness that worsens airway collapse. A habit as easy as keeping a water bottle nearby can quietly support heart and airway health. Mental and emotional well-being also impact apnea. Stress, anxiety, and loneliness increase inflammation, tighten the chest, and disrupt natural breathing rhythms. Gentle breathing exercises, quiet nighttime reflection, or a calming routine before bed can help the body ease into sleep with more stability. Some seniors meditate, others pray. Others simply sit in silence with peaceful music. All of these practices signal the nervous system to relax, making breathing smoother during the night. Another powerful step is strengthening the muscles around the throat and neck. There are specific exercises that help tone the airway, making it less likely to collapse. Seniors often enjoy these exercises because they're simple, can be done anywhere, and take only a few minutes a day. Over time, these small efforts create noticeable improvement. Keeping the bedroom air clean helps tremendously. Air purifiers, dusting, better ventilation, and reducing allergens support healthier nighttime breathing. Seniors spend more time indoors, so the air they breathe at night should be as clean and gentle as possible. Now, let me give you a few encouraging stories. One patient, a retired schoolteacher, struggled with daytime exhaustion for years. She thought it was just aging. After starting CPAP and making small lifestyle changes, she told me she felt 10 years younger. Another patient, a grandfather in his 60s, eliminated his nightly glass of whiskey and started walking every morning. His apnea episodes dropped significantly, and his heart rhythm became steadier. These transformations didn't happen because of drastic changes. They happened because these seniors learned the truth and took small, consistent actions each day. If you're finding this helpful, this is a wonderful moment to subscribe to the Senior Health Daily channel. Your support helps us create more videos that protect senior hearts, improve senior sleep, and bring clarity to the things aging bodies struggle with quietly. And if you know someone who snores loudly, wakes up tired, or seems more fatigued than usual, sharing this video might be the greatest gift you can give them. Let's now shift to something deeply important: empowerment. Many seniors feel discouraged or overwhelmed when they learn about sleep apnea. They worry they waited too long or that the damage is already done. But I want you to know something from the bottom of my heart. The human body is incredibly resilient. It can rebuild, recover, and strengthen at any age. I have seen seniors in their 70s and 80s reclaim energy, regain mental clarity, and even reverse heart strain after addressing their apnea. Awareness is the first step, action is the second, and hope is what carries you through the journey. Your breath is your life force. Every inhale feeds your heart, your brain, and your entire system. When you protect your breath at night, you protect your heart for the day that follows. Your heart has carried you through decades of joy, stress, change, laughter, and love. Now it's time to give it the support it needs. In the next part, we'll gather everything we've learned and end with a message that will guide you forward with confidence, encouragement, and renewed purpose. As we come to the close of our time together, I want you to take a breath and recognize something important. Sleep apnea may be a hidden condition, but it is not beyond your control. Once you understand what it is doing to your heart, your energy, and your days, you gain the power to change its course. I have seen so many seniors reclaim clarity, strength, and confidence simply by paying attention to the signals their body has been sending for years. Heart health doesn't begin with medications or complicated routines. It begins at night, in the quiet moments when your body should be healing, recovering, and restoring itself. When you give your heart the oxygen and rest it deserves, everything in your life gets better. Your mornings feel brighter, your thoughts become clearer, your steps feel lighter, and the world feels a little more manageable again. In my decades of caring for older adults, I've watched seniors regain energy, sleep deeply for the first time in years, and strengthen their heart simply by addressing their sleep apnea with patience and consistency. It doesn't take perfection. It doesn't take drastic change. It takes awareness, intention, and compassion for your own body. And that is what I want to leave you with today. Trust your body. It is wiser than you think. It is responsive. It wants to heal. And it will guide you if you listen closely. You deserve a strong heart, a steady breath, and many healthy years filled with peace, connection, and joy. Thank you for spending this time with me today. If this message helped you, don't forget to subscribe, like, and share the Senior Health Daily channel so we can continue supporting your journey toward a healthier, happier life.